Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Heartland Havoc. I am your host, Caleb Long. Along with me is my co-host, who definitely misses the games, the years and years of him running the shot clock at the Warrior Run basketball games, running the scoreboard at the Warrior Run basketball games.
Why do you say that?
I don't know, but okay. What do you mean? Why do you think I said that?
I don't know.
It's almost like it's almost like it's almost like we do a high school sports podcast
Yeah.
and we're talking about basketball and wrestling, and also just Warrior Run's also doing really well. So I'm sure you would miss maybe this season them doing well because you've seen some interesting teams
Yes. Over the years of
over
me
the
running
years.
the clock, I certainly had some times when the clock was running for the whole,
Yeah,
second
for the
half.
second half, yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
mercy
And we were
rule,
not on the good end of things
yeah.
at
But
that point.
the ship has been righted.
At least, yes, especially talking the boys' side.
Yeah,
But we don't really cover
talking on
the
the boys' side.
ladies right now. So, yeah.
Yeah, we had more
Yeah.
time. If we had more time, we could do
We'd
it.
have like
but
a 3-hour pod.
yeah, no, thank you. No, thank you. Section those off. Absolutely, that's too long. That's absolutely too long. But
Right.
we are doing wrestling and we are doing basketball all in one because we got the meat and potatoes of what we missed last week from basketball out of the way. So we're gonna try to combine them and see absolutely what happens. But yeah, both sports are not like winding down, but like definitely getting into the postseason. We are seeing in basketball some teams clinching up. For wrestling, like tonight, tomorrow, but mostly tonight. Matches tonight were like the last matches before like records would be like set for the dual meet playoffs. But
Yes.
we'll get to that when we get to that because we're starting off with basketball. Catching you up on the scores and results, seeing how things are shaping up in.
Yeah, you do bring up a good point though, because kind of beginning of February, second week in February is probably the last play date for that they can have games to count for playoffs, and it's like the way that this winter season goes.
Wait, for wrestling?
No, for
For basketball,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. The way this winter season goes, it's just broken up by the whole holiday seasons. It's choppy. It was hard for us to get together. December was
Yeah.
busy. We didn't do a lot of pods in December, so it seems very, in some ways quick,
Disjointed, yeah.
disjointed that we're coming down the end here. We'll see how it all ends up.
Yeah, no, we'll see how it all ends up. We're gonna start off with basketball. We're moving on to 2A, and we'll just run through the standings real quick. For the teams that we really care about, we have Muncie in 2A with at a 13-5 record. Now, mathematically, they've clinched a playoff spot. They only have 4 games left and need to be at least 500 to make a playoff spot. So mathematically, Muncie has clinched their spot, and it's like they're most likely going to hold on to the 2 seed. I think I said that last time, but Northeast Bradford is way ahead of them when it comes to the ratings. There's a 0.07 difference in ratings, which in this rating system is a lot.
Right.
It's gonna take a Northeast Bradford collapse to even come into like striking distance. But yeah, no. But Muncie's there. Definitely more than likely holding on to the 2 seed. And then Montgomery is 4-10, not mathematically ruled out. They still have 8 games. So if they pull off a miraculous run, go 12-10, they can make it into the playoffs. But they aren't mathematically out of it just yet. In 3A, we have Warrior Run, the top dogs, widening their lead, and we'll talk about that like in the when we get to the individual matchups because they did play Southern Columbia this week, who also hold holds the 2 seed in 3A. And then we have Towanda and Loyal Sock rounding out the teams that have clinched spots for the playoffs mathematically. But I don't think anyone's going to be touching Warrior Run for that number 1 seed. They're probably going to end in there. They're definitely the team to beat in 3A, and I don't know if anyone can beat them. They have the highest rating out of everyone. Out of literally everyone. It's a 0.79. It's almost at 0.8. I don't think I've seen a 0.8.
Wow.
I genuinely don't think I've seen a 0.8 in this rating system ever.
Which means they've done well and
They've
had a tough schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. But 15-1 for Warrior Run, Southern Columbia at 11-3, Loyal Sock at 11-5. Then you have Mifflinburg and South Williamsport, who are 10-7 and 11-4, knocking on the door when it comes to guaranteeing those spots in the playoffs. And then we have a couple of teams sort of hovering around the middle. Troy is at the 7th spot at 8-6. Got North Penn Mansfield 7-7, Bloomsburg 7-9. They were 7-7 the last time we did the podcast. They've gone on a little skid, unfortunately. And then Wellsboro, Wyalusing, technically still mathematically in the race for the playoffs.
Yeah, I don't know. Okay, we'll talk about that when we come down to scores.
Okay.
Bloomsburg had an interesting game.
Yeah,
Night.
That's from what I heard. But all right, okay. 4A, we have 2 teams that have clinched. The number 1 seed currently, Lewisburg, has clinched their spot. And based off of the rating system, the number 4 seed, Montoursville, has secured their spot. Very interesting. And I think last episode I was talking about how it was very close in the rating systems between Shamokin, Mount Carmel, and Montoursville. It is still relatively close. It's definitely really close between Montoursville and Mount Carmel. Mount Carmel being the 3 seed at 10-5. Shamokin's the 2 seed at 10-6. But after looking down there, 6-7 for Jersey Shore. Don't make any jokes. It's not funny. Number 6, we have Central Columbia at an 8-8, even 500. And then we have Danville in the 7th at 4-11. Technically, mathematically, still in it. They would have to win out. And then Columbia Montour Votech at 4-9. They have 9 games left, so technically still in the mix for them to get a playoff spot. And in 4A, the 2 teams we're really watching are Selinsgrove and Shikellamy. Selinsgrove is 10-4. They technically don't have a spot clinched yet. They still have 8 games, but they are the 2 seed. It's I believe they jumped Southern Lehigh. I think they were below Southern Lehigh before they jumped them, but it's still a really close race between them and Southern Lehigh for that 2 spot. And Shikellamy is 10-7, and they've been rattling off some good wins. So if they keep that up, they're gonna be in the dance and could potentially be a sleeper team. And then Athens is also District 4. We're not covering them super closely, but they are 9-5 in a decent spot as well. And then in 6A, Williamsport is sitting at 6-8. And
they're the 4 seed.
The 4 seed. So that's where Williamsport is at. But now we're going to results. And this is when Dad can start talking. Yep.
All right. Go navigate the tabs correctly. Okay, we'll look at 2A first.
Yep.
Muncie, whose record is 13-5. In the past week, they have wins over and easy wins over Northwest Area and Benton.
They scored 64 in both of those games.
They did, yes. And then they play South Williamsport tomorrow away.
On Friday.
Sorry. Right. You're probably today or tomorrow.
You're today or yesterday or whatever. It's gonna be your today. By the time we're recording this at 10 p.m. We're recording this at 10 p.m. and then it's probably not gonna get posted until like 12:30. So you're today.
And then we have Montgomery at 4-10. with a loss to Benton on 114.
Can't find the scores for Millville and Sullivan
And
County.
we're waiting on a
Pop
couple
up.
scores. Okay.
They did not pop up on the District 4 website. So
Okay, there we go.
keep on going. I want to see
3A
if I can find the
games.
scores.
3A, we have the Warrior Run Defenders. As we mentioned, they are 15-1. They've had two close games this past week, starting with a win over Southern Columbia, which was Saturday.
Pause. Montgomery fell to Sullivan County 68-39, and then I'm gonna try to find the Millville one.
Okay, as I was saying, they lost to Southern Columbia 42-36, or defeated Southern Columbia 42-36, and also defeated that Bloomsburg team. This is where I said it was an interesting game the other night. They won 51-48. Warrior Run with a close win over the under 500 Bloomsburg team. So they give them a run for money. Upcoming Friday, they have Loyal Sock, and then Tuesday they host the Mifflinburg Wildcats. So a couple of home games coming up for the Defenders.
Then Montgomery beat Millville on 17th.
Okay, there we go.
Okay, I wasn't actually paying attention to what you were saying.
I finished Warrior Run through.
Finished Warrior Run. All right, Southern Columbia, they are 11-3. Obviously, we just talked about the loss to Southern Warrior Run. Southern Columbia lost to Southern Columbia. Yeah, good words. Lost to Warrior Run. Then got a good get right win against Hughesville, 72-37. They do have Mifflinburg today, and then on the 27th they have Bloomsburg. On Wednesday they have Bloomsburg.
All right, and as we're in the league matchups here, Loyal Sock sitting 11-5. This past week they defeated Bloomsburg 52-39, then lost to Mifflinburg 50-26.
27th is Tuesday. I thought it was Wednesday. That's my bad. Sorry. Continue.
And then Warrior Run. Now they have games, as we mentioned, Friday against Warrior Run, and then they play Hughesville on Tuesday.
Mm-hmm. All right, we got Mifflinburg. Mifflinburg 10-7, trying to. Oh wait, no, yeah, they're trying to secure a playoff spot. They have that opportunity, but it's gonna be some tough matchups. They have rattled off some 4 wins in a row: Bloomsburg, Milton, Hughesville, Loyal Sock, and then they do have Southern Columbia and Warrior Run. They have the 2 top dogs in the division, so it's gonna be tough for them. I think probably afterwards, after they might take losses there, but I think afterwards will be their window to clinch their spot. But like, there is a chance I could see a world where Liffenberg could upset a Southern or Warrior Run after Bloomsburg played Warrior Run close.
Right, you never know with players, foul trouble, when the dead of winter, sickness going around. You never know. South Williamsport sitting at 11-4. They've had wins over Benton 75-26 and they defeated Millville 83-41. Friday they play Muncie. That should be a good matchup. And then Tuesday they play St. John Newman.
Oh yeah, no, that's a great matchup, honestly. That is a really fun matchup. And okay, Bloomsburg 7-9 right now, have lost some games since we talked about them last. Lost to Loyal Sock, lost to North Schuylkill, and then lost that close one to Warrior Run. They do have Hughesville next, which is a chance to get back in the win column, and then they do have Southern Columbia.
Okay. Then we go on to Hughesville. They have losses this past week to Mifflinburg and Southern. Then they next matchups are home against Bloomsburg on Friday and at Loyal Sock on Tuesday. So a lot of division games going on there.
Yeah, I mean, it's basically all division at this point. Basically, there are some outliers like St. John Newman playing.
Right. South Williamsport, but
We're moving on to 4A. Starting off with Lewisburg, top dogs in 4A. They've got some wins over Central Columbia and Mount Carmel in league play, and then they have Milton and Montoursville next. And I mean, these have been good wins for Lewisburg, like double-digit wins for Lewisburg. They're just gonna keep on rolling until they've probably won it. But Montoursville is a fun matchup with them. Technically, seeding on the line, both teams have already qualified, clinched their spots into the playoffs. But this is probably a fun matchup. This might be the matchup of next week potentially.
It could be. It looks like they play them at Lewisburg. Smoking sitting at 10-6. They had a loss to Selinsgrove and they defeated Central Mountain. Now, coming up Friday, they play Shikellamy, and then Tuesday they play Jersey Shore.
Trying to see if they can clinch up that playoff spot. Moving on to Mount Carmel, they got a win over Montoursville, probably why they're ahead of Montoursville on the in the seeding. The points were so close, but that was a 69-51 win. Like, that was a good win. And I don't know why on Mount Carmel's side it's not telling me the Lewisburg score, but we know the Lewisburg. They lost to Lewisburg. And then they have Danville, and then they have Milton. I'm going to be real. Odds are they'll probably end up clinching a playoff spot by the next time we talk about them. Danville and Milton aren't the strongest of competitors. So I do see a world where Mount Carmel clinches the next time we talk about them next week.
Right. Okay, up next, Montoursville. They went 1-1 this past week with a loss to Mount Carmel and then a win over Danville. They, coming up Friday, home against Central Columbia, then at Lewisburg, and then home against Milton, what is next Thursday?
Yeah, next Thursday. Yeah. Then we're moving on to Jersey Shore. They had a loss to Selinsgrove, 66-61. Close loss for them. And then tomorrow, my brain ain't Brandon. They do have a matchup against Central Mountain. And then they have a game against Shamokin on Tuesday.
Central Columbia at 8-8. They had a loss to Lewisburg and a win over Milton. Next games, they have Montoursville and Danville on Friday and Tuesday, respectively.
All right. Danville sitting at 4-11. They beat Milton by 30 points, 67-37, and then lost to Montoursville. They face off against Mount Carmel and Central Columbia. Mount Carmel tomorrow, and then today. I'm going to keep on messing that up. It's okay. And Central Columbia on Tuesday.
Say Friday. That's what
I've been doing. Yeah, no, that would work better, wouldn't it? Work way better.
Yep. Okay, Columbia Montourville Tech sitting at 4-9 without some scores listed here.
Yeah.
We do not have a score from Bucktail. They lost to St. John Newman.
It might have been canceled.
Okay, could have been. We don't have a score from Juniata Christian. And then we do have games coming up Tuesday and Thursday next week. They play Benton and then Weatherly out of District 11.
What? Wait, what? Okay, wait, that was the 17th.
Yeah, 17th against Bucktail.
They actually didn't play.
So that game did not occur.
That game did not happen.
Okay.
All right, moving on to Midwest. Got losses to Shamokin and Shikellamy last week. They do have Selinsgrove and Central Mountain.
And then we have finally the Black Panthers of Milton, 0-14. Losses to Danville and Central Columbia this past week. Next up, they have Friday night against Lewisburg, Tuesday against Mount Carmel, and Thursday against Montoursville. That is not an easy stretch.
What is it going to take for them to win one?
We were really, last week I believe I was hoping they were going to beat either Danville or Central to look at getting their first win.
Well, yeah, Danville was probably more likely out of the two,
but didn't happen.
Didn't happen. we're rooting for Milton. It's the little engine that could. Saying that makes me feel bad. Makes me feel icky. The Warrior Run alumni, man. Like I understand. My dad just gave me the side eye, being like, "How dare you?"
I see what you. No, I didn't know what you were saying there exactly. What made you feel icky?
He went, "How dare you? How dare you hate on my alma mater?"
Right.
How dare you hate on it? But my alma mater is way better than your alma mater right now in basketball.
Right now, that's correct.
Yeah, that's true. That's
true. Back there was quite the matchup.
Back in my day.
Back in my day, gyms were sold out for the JV games.
No.
Yeah, absolutely. Warrior Run was sold out for the when we played when Milton played Warrior Run.
Bleacher seats.
The old wooden bleacher seats.
Oh my goodness.
That gym was sold out for JV game when we played, when Warrior Run and Milton played. No doubt about it.
That can't.
The JV game, they started turning away people if you weren't there in time for the JV game.
I'm forced to believe you. Just know I don't believe you.
Believe me.
Like I no, I can see that you have the memories in your head. I just can't see anyone in the year in our Lord of 2026
they also
coming out to a JV basketball game.
Not now, but in 1988, 89,
say about 40 years ago,
35 years ago, they definitely
that's closer
did.
to 40 than it is 35, Dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
35 years ago would have been 1991. So
hate to break it to you, my man. Hate to break it to you.
That would have been 35. Okay, yeah. 35, 40 years ago, that is what happened.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's just go with the range. Yeah. Okay.
We used to go, so like 10th grade, I played JV, didn't play varsity. Like, I remember the Milton Warrior Run game at Milton. There was a balcony section like that they would open up that was used as classroom sometimes.
Oh, interesting.
They would open that up.
That was
overlook the gym.
That was before they remodeled it.
That was before the new gym. The new gym. That was
thousands of seats.
This was in the old junior high gym.
Gotcha.
So but that's where like the JV players, where we went and watched the game from after we showered.
Gallery, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
Anyhow,
y'all were like the two Muppets.
It's not. Yeah.
Watching the
Waldorf and Statter. Oh my gosh.
I don't remember the names.
Waldorf and whatever. Statter. Slaughters.
I don't remember.
Okay.
I just know they make fun of everyone and go, oh,
yeah. Well, we did a little bit of early
some fooling around.
No, I'm just saying us talking here was a little bit of an early talk back time machine.
Yeah, okay. Well, this wasn't spoiling it, right? We were just
not spoiling it. We just went back on memories.
We just went on a tangent.
Right.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Reel it back in. We're going on to 5A and 6A. Selinsgrove sitting at 10-4. They rattled off wins against Shamokin and Jersey Shore. The Jersey Shore win was 66-61, so a close win for Selinsgrove. And they have Midwest next. They have it Friday, and then they have Shikellamy next Tuesday, which that's going to be a very fun and interesting matchup. We'll allude to it, but we'll see what happens. Shikellamy might want some vengeance after tonight's, as of recording tonight's matchup against Shikellamy and against Selinsgrove in wrestling. And then Selinsgrove does play Mifflin County and Central Mountain yet. But that's like Thursday. That's Thursday and Friday of next week.
There we go.
Going way in the future for that.
Shikellamy Braves 10-7. Past week they had wins over Central Mountain and Midwest. Matchups coming up against Shamokin and Selinsgrove.
All right, and then finally we get to Williamsport. They took a loss to Harrisburg, 66-54, and they have, next both of their matchups. All of these matchups are at home. Thank goodness they're not traveling that far, because these would be some decently long drives. They have a game against Pottsville That is on Saturday, and then on the 29th, on next Thursday, they face off against Wilkes-Barre.
Okay.
I just decided to pronounce all the ways you can pronounce it, so I don't make anyone mad. Every single way you can say Wilkes-Barre.
There we go.
Got it for you. All right. Moving on to wrestling.
Let's
Now,
go.
okay. As said earlier in the podcast, the cutoff date for records to figure out like the dual meets
Mm-hmm.
stuff like that is this Saturday. But pretty much everyone only really had matches today. There's not really a ton of stuff that could happen Saturday to jeopardize teams. I didn't have time to like go through, oh, these teams are gonna qualify for the playoffs. And I do think, Dad, we will probably have to record a Sunday episode or something, a Sunday or Monday
Right.
episode
To
to
give the
talk about
playoff matchups.
give the playoff match.
Well, we might have some time if the snow comes in.
Yeah. Oh, no, maybe a little bit of time. All right. Okay. We'll go over. We're okay, Dad. We're just gonna go through the matchups.
Gotcha. Let's do it
Go
that way.
through the matchups, and I did add their records.
At the top.
I added their records and their league records as well.
Excellent.
So
Okay.
Central Mountain is staying on top of that Division 1 league. They're still undefeated, and they are 4-0 in league play. And I don't know why I still have the January 8th game match against Selinsgrove, but last Thursday they beat Williamsport 61-11. Then they beat Hollidaysburg Friday at Hollidaysburg. That was 51-9. Tonight they have Jersey Shore. Didn't have time to look up the result. I am assuming Central Mountain won that. And then they have the Ultimate Warrior tournament at West Branch High School. Do I know where West Branch High School is? No. Does Dad know where West Branch High School is? Probably.
Actually, I don't.
Wait, what?
The name the Ultimate Warrior tournament though makes me wonder if they'll have to go out and face paint like professional wrestler. The Ultimate Warrior used to wrestle
American Ninja Warrior
and like shake the ropes. Like there was a pro wrestler called the Ultimate Warrior. You know, back in the 80s. It was my friend Brent's favorite wrestler.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. This is a tournament with 46 teams, and I'm gonna look up where West Branch High School is while Dad talks about Selinsgrove.
Selinsgrove.
And maybe Shikellamy.
5-3. Their division record is 2-1. This past week they defeated Jersey Shore 51-19, lost to Southern Columbia 37-26, and pretty sure tonight they defeated Shikellamy. Is that correct, Caleb?
They defeated Shikellamy 38-31.
Post matchup.
Yes.
Then Wednesday they have a matchup. They're supposed to wrestle Wednesday against Mifflinburg.
Yeah, but that matchup isn't going to matter when it comes to the playoffs. And they're in 3A, so 3A is a little different than 2A. 3A is just the top 4 teams with the best record.
Yeah.
So like Selinsgrove and Shikellamy pretty much have locked up those spots, and then I think it's like between like Jersey Shore, Williamsport, and Athens for those the other 2 spots. I don't know. I don't think Shamokin's in 3A.
I don't know what they're in.
It's honestly trying to find what the classification teams are in between 3A and 2A was like a little bit of a challenge because there's not like a standings module in the
District 4.
The District 4 website, and PAWrestling.com doesn't tell me either.
Yeah.
But hey, it's fine. We'll roll with the punches. We'll figure it out Sunday.
So then we have Shikellamy, right?
Yeah.
Shikellamy at 8-7. They're 8-8 now, I guess, because they lost to Selinsgrove tonight. Then they're supposed to have a matchup with Mount Carmel on Tuesday and Wednesday, February 4th, against Southern Columbia.
Okay, yeah. West Branch High School, backing up to that.
Yeah, where's the Ultimate Warrior tournament at?
Ultimate Warrior tournament. West Branch High School is off of like 80. If you take the exit to 53, I don't know what to tell you to do. It's like Morrisdale. like north of Phillipsburg.
Oh, okay.
But it's like it's literally like almost right off the highway on 80,
Okay.
past State College.
Mm-hmm.
I like before Clearfield and like after State
Before
College.
Brookville?
Uh, War, you
That's okay.
fried my brain right there. Brookville. What was? I've never heard of Brookville. Brookville. Oh, way before Brookville, Dad.
Okay.
Way before Brookville. Before Du Bois.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
before Du Bois.
No, Brookville was a common midway point stop when you were at Grove City for
Oh, that
Promenade.
makes sense. Okay.
Um,
But I'm on Jersey Shore now, right?
yeah.
Okay. Jersey Shore took a loss last week again to that. Let's reset. Do some breathing exercises. Jersey Shore lost to Selinsgrove last Thursday, 51-19. They faced off against Central Mountain tonight. Do not have that score. Once again, assuming Central Mountain beat them. And then on Wednesday, the 28th, they do go to Troy. They travel up to Troy, which actually might not be as long of a drive as I was
No,
thinking in
probably
my
not.
head.
No,
I
no,
was thinking
no,
it's going to be like 2 hours. No, I don't think it's going to
no.
be that long. But moving on to Williamsport, Padre.
Williamsport at 2-8. Um, they lost to Central Mountain last week, and then they had the Bison Duels, where they had a loss to Altoona, a win over Butler, a loss to Montoursville in the championship quarterfinals, and then they just picked up matches against Kerwinsville, which they defeated, and Clearfield, which was a loss. Wednesday, they wrestled Danville.
Couldn't find a score for that.
Okay, and it looks like they have
Tioga County.
the Tioga County Duels coming up at Williamson High School on Saturday.
And looking
And
at that, that is North Penn Liberty, Shamokin, Williamson, and Williamsport.
yeah,
So I guess we're gonna find out next week which team is the best Williams.
yeah, sounds like a
We're gonna
plan.
figure out which team is the best Williams.
Sounds like
Okay. Division Two, Heartland Conference Division Two, starting out with Montoursville. They are 14-4 total record and 6-0 in league play. They defeated Southern Columbia 40-23. They also took part of the Bison Duels. They beat Cranberry in round 1, 51-18. Lost to State College in round 2, 40-25, and then beat Williamsport in the championship quarterfinals 51-21, and then in the championship semifinals lost to General McLean,
they beat
or beat words are hard this podcast, I apologize. And then yeah, beat General McLean 39-33 in a tough close matchup, and then they in the championship match they beat Altoona 34-32, taking the crown for the Bison Duels. So hats off to Montoursville. Great run for them. Really solid run from those guys. And then on Tuesday they lost to Montgomery 33-30. A tough matchup for them. Those are two good. Those are two of the top teams
mm-hmm.
in the area, duking it off between each other. And then they had Warrior Run tonight. I'm gonna see if I can try to find a score. I don't know if I will. And they have on Tuesday Bishop McDevitt
Out of Harrisburg.
And I will say Montoursville easily has clinched their spot in the dual championships, in the dual playoffs.
Now Milton Wrestling doing much better than Milton Basketball.
Yeah.
They are at 12-5. They wrestled in the Upper Dauphin Duels. They had an unfortunate loss to New Oxford in the quarterfinals, 42-33. Then they defeated West York in the consolation semis, and they defeated Hanover for fifth place by a score of 57-18.
Decent result for them.
Yep. No other dual matches this week. They go to the Thomas Automotive Tournament in Bedford High School this coming weekend on Friday and Saturday. Seeing some late season tournament action in are those Milton Black Panthers. And this loads, we will see.
Mine's
What
gonna
other
load faster.
teams.
Watch.
Probably.
There's 27 teams in it.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, Bedford High School.
There you go.
Line Mountain's in it.
Yeah,
Line Mountain's in it. So that's a team we know. That's a team we know. Yeah, another District 4 team.
Yep.
In there. Moving on to Mount Carmel, they didn't have any matchups last week, but they did face off against Montgomery tonight. Couldn't find the score, or I might try to find the score. They do have Shikellamy. They travel to Shikellamy, and then they travel on Thursday to face off against Western Wayne. And then obviously they've clinched their spot in the dual tournament.
Okay. Central Columbia at 9-8. They play or they lost to Warrior Run on Tuesday. On Thursday, this Thursday here, they had wrestled Lewisburg. We don't have a score. And Saturday, they're in a tournament called the Battle for the Buck. Central Bucks West. That is in Bucks County, north of Philadelphia. So that's where they are at on Saturday. The Battle for the Buck. I wonder if they win like Antlers.
If they win Antlers, that would be really cool.
But that seems like that tournament should be like in Renova, Bucktail or something. Yes, if they win Antlers.
Because I've never been to Bucktail. I can only assume that they couldn't be able to handle it.
No, it's very small school.
Yeah. I've never been to Bucktail. I don't have any aspirations to go to Bucktail unless, like, for social media, we're just like, we go to every high school around us and we just sort of walk around and do a tour. Be like those influencers that are like, I'm gonna try to sneak on the field and kick a field goal, or like sneak on the basketball court and shoot a 3-pointer.
I have some good stories about Bucktail, actually.
You do?
So back in the first round of refereeing football.
Okay.
We were up there for a game, and I was actually the head referee, and they were playing a team. I don't remember who they were playing, but they were winning by a lot. We were in the Mercy Roll, right? And it's like they had this big fall festival, so the place is like packed for Bucktail,
right?
Like there's people standing around. There's no seats, but like, so the game is out of hand.
Oh no!
And the JVs are in the game.
Okay.
And the other team is having trouble lining up their guys on offense.
Oh no!
Receivers.
Oh no!
So they line up the guy off the line, and the guy on the wing throws the flag after the play goes.
Okay.
Illegal formation. Not enough guys on the line.
Right.
I'm like, all right, buddy. I'm gonna withhold his name from this podcast. I'm like, all right, buddy. Like, hold your flag next time. Like, just get them lined up. We're not throwing any more flags. This game's out of hand. The JVs are in. No one cares.
Yeah, literally.
He throws his flag again. Next play.
I go immediately next play.
Next play. The kid can't line. The same kid can't line up at receiver.
Love this man's dedication.
So he goes, no, it's a. I'm like, listen, and then I pulled this line out.
Okay.
There's all these guys wearing orange and camo around the thing, right? They're all hunters up there.
Yeah.
I'm like, listen.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm wearing a white hat, not an orange hat right now. I want to get out of this place alive. Keep your flag in your pockets. These people just want to get to the bar and celebrate. Like, we're delaying them getting to the bar.
Yeah.
Like, they're getting mad.
You're stopping them from having a joyous moment, all because you decide that
it was even benefiting them, and they started booing us. Like like the offsides was on the visitors. That's that's what happened. So finally, he kept his flag in his pocket and didn't throw it anymore. I'm like, don't throw it again. I'm waving it off if you throw it. Like,
incredible.
We're not doing this.
That's hilarious. Just being like, this man's dedication to making sure that the game is played correctly.
Oh, he was dedicated. All right.
Does he? No, I'm not going to ask that question.
We're not doing anything else.
No, I'll save it for after the podcast.
Okay.
Because I have a question after the podcast. What? You finished Central Columbia, right?
Yeah, because we were on the Battle for the Buck.
And they do technically, no matter what happens after the Lewisburg matchup, they are 500.
Okay.
So they'll be in it. Unfortunately, Midwest is not going to be. But on Thursday, they lost to Benton 42-19, and then lost to North Lebanon 49-19. And then they have the Cold Cracker tournament. That's in Lehighton.
Okay.
And then on Tuesday, they have Loyalsock. I want to see who's in this Cold Cracker tournament.
Probably Lehighton, Jim Thorpe. I don't know.
Okay.
You,
Go on.
you checking that out?
I'm checking it out. Go on.
Smoking sits at 0-8 right now. They lost to Mount Carmel. And now tonight they had Sugar Valley Rural Charter School. Hopefully they get a win there. And then they are also at the Tioga County Duels on Saturday. So depending on how many duel matches they get, they might be able to pull something out. Next Thursday they're supposed to wrestle Schuylkill Haven.
Yes, they would need to have 7. They would need to have like 8 or 9 matches.
Yeah,
and win them all.
Well, they wrestled Sugar Valley tonight.
Okay, at the worst, they need to win 7.
Yep.
Which I think you can file that under like child endangerment.
Possibly.
Having them wrestle that many times.
Yeah, I don't know.
But moving on to Danville, and they had a loss against South Williamsport, and then I couldn't find the result for the Williamsport matchup. And then they have the Lewisburg quad at Lewisburg, the quad match between them, Columbia Montorvo Tech, Lewisburg, and Loyalsock. Then on Monday, they have Southern Columbia.
Okay. Now we go to Division 3 of the PHAC, where we had the duels.
This is the meat and potatoes.
Where we had the duels on Saturday.
This is the meat and potatoes. Yep. Dad, we're gonna switch it up. We're gonna start from the bottom to the top.
Okay.
As not to spoil, if you haven't seen the results, and we're your primary source of wrestling information. Thank you. First of all, thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
We love that you are loving this podcast, but we're gonna build up some suspense, and we're gonna work from the bottom to the top.
All right.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Loyalsock.
Okay.
I'll take Loyalsock. Loyalsock 3-12, 0-6. They lost every dual match in the league on Saturday with losses to Mifflinburg, Lewisburg, Bloomsburg. Looks like their closest match was against Hughesville with a 34-25 loss. Then they lost to Warrior Run and lost to Southern Columbia. Tonight they wrestled North Penn Liberty. Kale mentioned that they are at the Lewisburg quad meet on Saturday, and then Tuesday they wrestle Midwest, and Thursday they wrestle Benton. So quite a bit of action going on for the Lancers.
Mm-hmm. All right, moving on to Lewisburg. They are currently 8-8 and 5-1 in league play. Had the PHAC duels, beat Loyalsock, and then lost to Hughesville, Mifflinburg, Southern Columbia, Bloomsburg, and Warrior Run. They had a matchup against Central Columbia. Don't know how that went, but that means that the Lewisburg quad is sort of a make or break for them.
Yeah.
Also, allegedly, based off of the website, they do face off against Wellsboro also on Saturday.
I would doubt that's happening.
I would doubt that's happening unless Wellsboro is showing up and not only wrestling Lewisburg and then not wrestling anyone else. Well, which I think in my head is a little funny.
That could happen.
That's a little funny.
It is very funny.
It's a little funny.
It is very funny, but it could happen.
But I mean, they have Loyalsock, which they beat in the league duels, right? And then they have, who else was in it? Danville, Columbia Montorvo Tech, and it wasn't Milton. Who was the last one?
What?
Oh wait, no, Danville, Columbia Montorvo Tech, and Loyalsock. So I mean, if you get 3 wins there, then you're sort of a lock for the playoffs. But this is a make or break time for Lewisburg. These duels are important for them.
Hughesville 8-7, 2-4 in the league. They had a win over Muncie, a nice win over Muncie there, and then in the In the Division 3 duels, they lost to Warrior Run, lost to Southern Columbia, defeated Lewisburg, defeated Loyalsock, lost to Mifflinburg, and lost to Bloomsburg. And that was a close one to Bloomsburg, 37-36.
That was a closey.
And then Tuesday, they lost to South Williamsport. And then they're at the Ultimate Warrior Tournament.
Yeah.
On Friday and Saturday.
Hughesville has locked up their spot for the playoffs. There's no way they can lose it.
Okay.
Moving on to Bloomsburg. 8-13 in overall and 3-3 in conference play. Losing to Southern Columbia in the PHAC duels in round 1. Round 2, beating Loyalsock. Round 3 and 4 were losses to Warrior Run and Mifflinburg. Then they beat Lewisburg and Hughesville. And then they had a win on Tuesday against Sullivan County. Bloomsburg, unfortunately, not making it into the dance.
Okay. Warrior Run, PHAC 7-5, 4-2 in the PHAC duels. Win over Hughesville. Then a loss to Mifflinburg, loss to Southern. Wins. Then they routed off 3 wins in a row. Bloomsburg, Loyalsock, and Lewisburg, all pretty handedly. Tuesday, they defeated Central Columbia. And then they wrestled Montoursville on Thursday.
Couldn't find the score, unfortunately.
And it looks like they're in that coal cracker tournament.
Yeah, they're cracking some coal.
That's a new one for Warrior Run.
I know it's a new one for Warrior Run, but I mean, they'll do well. Milheim and Warrensburg will do well.
Oh yeah, and Warrensburger
just committed to Arizona State
after Cal Baptist cut their program 2 weeks ago. Recruitment reopened. Made a visit last week to Arizona State. They offered him a spot, and he took it.
Yeah, I mean, you have the inside scoop.
Yeah,
I won't say how you have the inside scoop, but you have the inside scoop.
It. Yeah, so good wishes to him going out west next year.
Oh yeah, and now it's between Southern Columbia and Mifflinburg, who won the PHAC duels.
Mm-hmm.
Drum roll, please. Well, I guess I'm saying second place. It'll reveal who got first. Southern Columbia, 13-3 total. Oh, did we say the Warrior Runs qualified for the tournament?
No, I didn't.
Warrior Runs qualified for the postseason duel tournament, and Southern Columbia is 13-3, also qualifying for the duel tournament. They lost to Montoursville outside of the PHACs. Wait, let me just make sure that that's correct.
It is outside.
Yeah, that is outside.
They're Division 2. Montoursville will be Division 2.
Yeah, you're so right, dude.
Mm-hmm.
You're so right.
Thanks.
I made the freaking spreadsheet and I was like, huh. Then whatever. Okay. They beat Bloomsburg. They beat Hughesville. They beat Warrior Run 39-36. That was a really close matchup.
Mm-hmm.
And they beat Lewisburg and they beat Loyalsock. And then in the final round, literally round 7, so like the last round of matchups to decide who won, Mifflinburg came out with the win, 46-17. And for Southern Columbia, they're also at the Ultimate Warrior tournament this weekend, and then they have Danville on Monday. And since I just alluded to it, I'm just going to go to them. Mifflinburg 16-0, a perfect season for them. And then in the PHAC duels, just mopped the floor with everyone. It's like I said this last time, they're a contender to win the dual meet tournament easily. We'll be seeing them in Milton in 2 weeks, in a week and a half.
Right.
But yeah, Mifflinburg is a contender. Easily, hands down. All right. Moving on to the other teams that we care about, aka South Williamsport, Montgomery, and Muncie in the mid-pen.
Okay, South Williamsport. 10-1 record right now. 4-1 in their league. They defeated Danville 63-6. They took part in North Star duels at North Star High School with wins over Greater Johnstown, Forest Hills, North, and North Star. And then Tuesday, they defeated Hughesville.
also clinching a spot in the dual meet tournament. Yeah, they're also a pretty solid team. And then, but here's the other contender. Here's Montgomery. They beat Montoursville 33-30. So Montoursville could maybe give them some trouble in the dual meet tournament if they face each other there. And then on Thursday they had Mount Carmel, which I couldn't find the score. And then they're also in the they're also in the Coal Cracker tournament. They're also in that one. So the Coal Cracker tournament's getting a lot of our top schools.
It really is.
Attracting a lot of our top schools. And Ultimate Warrior, to be fair. This is like, these are like, I guess, the late season.
And then we have Muncie
tournaments. Sorry.
Oh, nope, you're good. Muncie at 7-6, and they lost to Hughesville, but then they did some work at the Berwick duels. They defeated Dallas, win over Greater Nanticoke, lost to Hazleton, defeated Berwick 39-30, then a win over North Pocono 46-30, a much bigger school than Muncie, by the way, class-wise, the number of students. So those were some nice. They went 4-1 in that duels. Nice outing there on Saturday by them. And then Monday they lost to Mount Carmel. And then they do have they are also at the Ultimate Warrior tournament.
And the Ultimate Warrior tournament. And almost like how Lewisburg, the Lewisburg duos are going to be a make or break for Lewisburg to see if they squeak in. Muncie through that tournament.
Right.
They're 7-6. So they were heading into that tournament. They were 3-4. So they were able to squeeze in there. They were able to get in there in the tournament. Very well accomplished for Muncie. And I think, honestly, with how many teams we just have in our area, we're probably going to have some like pigtail preliminary tournament matches because I'm sure there's a lot of northern tier teams. I also know Line Mountain has had a very decent season in wrestling, so they're going to be in there, and there's going to be a lot of this is why we have to record it on Sunday,
right? Once the brackets come out,
because the brackets are going to come out, and then there's going to be those pigtail matches on Monday, and then I think Wednesday is when
both of them happen,
when it's like the Sweet 16 or the first round or whatever. Oh wait, actually, I could look it up real quick because I posted the link in our down here. Come on, no. Oh, this is not the right link. What the? Oh, this is absolutely not the right link. Never mind. We're just gonna move on to the Talking Time Machine.
Okay.
I don't know what link I put in there. That's fine.
Okay.
Moving on to the Talking Time Machine.
Talking Time Machine. We're going to talk, since the NFL playoffs are still going on.
All right.
We're going to talk about a very interesting player. This guy just came to my mind, and that's why we're talking about him.
Ray Burton, Philly special.
No. We're going to this player who played quarterback in the. Now, this is going back a ways, but when I was definitely a kid.
Cunningham.
70s and 80s. We're not talking about any Eagle. We're not talking about an Eagle here.
We're not talking about an Eagle?
No, surprisingly.
Once in your life?
Surprisingly.
Talking about a cowboy?
So this player. This player played the majority of his career. Well, he played in two different leagues.
So,
first of all, professional leagues.
This is AFL into NFL, or is this like a UFL situation?
Can I give the rest of the hint?
Sorry,
okay. He played in two different leagues. He played in two different leagues, and the main teams that he played for are now are not called what they were called. Do not have the same nicknames as what they had when he played for them.
Like they're not in the same city.
One of them is not in the same city, and then does not have the same team name. The other one just does not have the same team name.
But it still exists, or is it
still exists?
So both teams still exist.
Yeah, both franchises still exist.
So okay.
So this player,
Houston Oiler, now Tennessee Titan.
That is correct
That
on
is
the
what-
NFL team. You are absolutely correct.
Okay, I'm just gonna take a shot and just say it's Warren Moon.
You are right.
Okay, there we go.
You got it. So what other league did he play in before he went to the NFL?
I don't freaking know, dude.
He was in the Canadian Football League.
Okay, I was gonna guess that, but like,
Yeah.
I couldn't have told you that it was Canadian football. I didn't even know he. No, I did know he played in another league.
So he played in the Canadian League.
Yeah, for like, didn't he play in it for like 5 or 6 years?
Yes.
He played in it for a while.
Yes.
And then NFL was like, okay, well, I guess we'll give you a shot.
Right.
Which, like, I mean, let's be real. I mean, Warren, I've watched Warren Moon highlights. It's very fun. Warren Moon highlights are very fun to watch.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't know. I also remember watching, like, there's been like videos about how messy the Oilers moved to Tennessee was and becoming the Titans, and they were like the Tennessee Oilers for a little bit, and they wanted to play in Nashville, but they had to play in Memphis or Knoxville or whatever for like a while.
Yeah, it was weird there for the,
there was like seasons where like attendance was only like 5K.
Yeah. It was
I remember watching videos about that.
It was weird when they moved. Yes. But yeah, Warren Moon played for the Edmonton Eskimos.
The Edmonton Eskimos.
Yeah. Yep. And then the Houston Oilers. But he played a really long time. He played up until like age 44.
I was gonna say, wait, he played for
some
that
other
long?
NFL
Really?
teams.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he played for some other NFL teams too.
I don't know. He felt very blippish on the radar, you know, and like for
no.
in the grand scheme of the NFL. But
they had something different there. They had to run and shoot. The offense.
Right, exactly.
First time like anyone deployed like 4 wide receivers on a regular basis.
Yeah.
Now, there is the infamous
the body bag game. Excuse me.
So the Eagles played the Oilers and they injured so many receivers. I think that was the game that they were injuring a bunch of receivers. I'm not sure if that was that game or if the body bag game was against the Redskins. They played in Philly that one time. They ended up, but yeah, there was a lot of the Eagles defense led by Buddy Ryan was pretty brutal back then. They were just injuring people. A lot of the rules.
Wait, no, didn't Buddy Ryan get in trouble though because of it?
Oh yeah, Buddy Ryan. Well,
or am I thinking? I'm thinking of Bountygate. That's what I'm thinking.
He got in trouble because of the bounty. Yeah.
I'm thinking of Bountygate and the Saints did.
Yeah. So anyhow, Warren Moon was a tough quarterback. Hall of Famer. Good guess.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. I had it as soon as I figured out it was the Oilers, and I was just like, there's only one quarterback I know that was an Oiler. I'll tell you any other quarterbacks. I knew it was Warren Moon.
Good job. I'm impressed.
But I'm sure Warren Moon in high school hooped.
I bet he did.
Or maybe he wrestled.
Yeah,
Who knows?
Don't know.
Who knows? But hey, go out, watch some basketball, go out, watch some wrestling.
There we go.
All right.
All right.
Have a good one.